This is the Skyler Jarvis Show!
What's up, everybody? This is the Skyler Jarvis Show. I'm your host, Skyler, and today I've got a very special guest in the building.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on? Say hello, everybody, to my good friend Chasyn Crib.
Yes. I want to start off by saying how proud I am to be on this podcast. I've really been looking forward to it, and I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here, dude. I've been keeping up with your videos, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, dude, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Like you really inspire me to make good podcasts.
Oh yeah, and when I knew that I got word from Dion. He said, Skyler wants you on his podcast, and I'm like, I'll do it, and here we are.
Here we are. He actually got you in contact with me as well. Dylan did.
Yeah. He sure did.
So, you started going to GMS at 2021. What was life like before you went to GMS, like in public schools, being blind?
Well, at one point, it was when I was it was either 4th or 5th grade. My teachers that I was with at that time in public school, they called my parents and said, listen, we have taught your son all that we could. And when I started at GMS in 2021, I was like, this school is really making an impact on not only my life, but other students.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I was like, man, this school is really impacting my life in a lot of ways. And my first state fair trip was in 2022. We had like a little fall festival at my school. Something was I think they were not doing I don't remember if they did the state fair in 2021, but we were not able to be there. So we had like a little fall festival at the school.
Right.
And stuff
yeah,
like
because
that.
COVID was still kind of running rampant.
Yeah.
So you said you had a fall festival thing?
Yeah. Yeah, that is correct.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And I just, when I first had that trip to the state, my first trip to the state fair, it was such an amazing time, and I still remember it. Yeah. Like, it was such an amazing experience.
Oh yeah, you'll always remember. See, Miss Latimer, she retired. I think it was this year.
Yeah, this past school year. The 2023-2024 school year.
Yeah, that was it. It was sometime in April or May. But anyway, when we would go to the state fair, when I went for the first time in short term in 2014, I seen them, these trumpets, like the little toy trumpets you blow on and they make a weird noise.
Yeah.
Well, I got one of them because I remembered them from my childhood. And Miss Latimer, she did not like them. So I made a vow every NC State Fair I went to, I would get one of them trumpets and blow it in her ear.
Really?
Yeah. Every
Oh, man.
daggone time. I did it every time.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just glad to be on the podcast. And I want to share some exciting things with you guys that will be listening to this podcast when it is uploaded. Um, we have a robotics team. It's the GMS Robo Coders. We started it like I want to say it was 2022. I want to say it was, and it's we were just getting started with it, but we were not like doing competitions yet because
Right.
we were just getting started. Well, the president that we had, we have started like doing like president, vice president, secretary in the club,
Mm-hmm.
and we whenever the competition, not competition, the robotics club started back. We started. We did election. We elected some new people, and I got voted for president.
Wow, man.
And then, it was just a great time. And then, the main topic I want to get to, we do at our school. We do braille writer repair, and I want to kind of touch on that a little bit. Because I'm sure some of you out there that will be watching this, you're like, how do y'all repair those? Well, I'm going to talk about that. So basically what we do is we start off by taking the braille writer apart. The thing is, though, we do not take off the sides because I'm doing a podcast right this second. Sorry about that, everybody, but yeah, we have not been trained to do the sides of the braille writers yet
Oh,
because there are other parts of it that we've not been trained on.
right.
So we have to take everything apart, and after we do that, we after we take everything apart that we are trained on, the most trickiest for me, I would have to say, is the apron, because that apron, it is tricky.
You're talking about the thing that goes over it, over the braille writer?
Yeah, it's like it's got these two screws, and then they have the washers on them.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's the most trickiest.
Yeah, I can see how it would.
Yeah, and so we take and we after we get the braille writers taken apart, we dust the keys and everything, get everything ready to clean on the braille writer, and then we have a little cleaning stuff that we use, and we call it mineral spirit. So basically, we take and apply it to the braille writer. You have like this little brush, and you take that brush and you start going over everything, going over the keys, you name it, you go over it. So we do that, and then once everything is cleaned and everything, we start putting everything back together.
That's
And,
cool, man. That's cool. That's cool.
And it's really growing.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad they're actually teaching you how to do that, because, in my honest opinion, like, what's gonna happen if somebody doesn't know how to repair a braille writer,
Right.
and
Right.
then like something happens to theirs, and they can't, they don't have anywhere near them to go repair it. So what else are you gonna do?
Right. And but we're really excited about it, and Our school actually has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've
If you'll
seen
just
they got that now.
yeah,
They used to not. I really hope they get like earlier recordings of us, of people, not only us, but generations before
yeah,
that they've got recorded and put it on that YouTube channel. I think it would be really cool for
yeah,
people to see.
and also, it's something that I've really been looking forward to doing. With the Braille writers and stuff. And whenever they sent a word to us about it, I was like, I'm doing it. And, you know, we actually, now get this, we actually get paid for the job.
Do you? How much?
Yes. So it's like $10 an hour. And mine, through August, September, October, and November, they were not getting our checks.
And then
So basically, what happened was they ended up giving us our checks. Actually, this on Thursday, and it's a great time. Repairing those rail riders,
I bet it is,
and
man. We didn't have stuff like that when we were going.
right. I mean, our school is improving, and I mean, it's just amazing.
That is one thing I want to touch on. Like what? Before I do that, were you born blind?
Yes, so basically, I was. I had to have. It was like when I was born, I had to have like surgeries on my eyes.
Oh.
And at one time, the nerves in my eyes didn't attach,
Oh.
and so that's So yeah, I was born blind, and I just am proud of what I have learned, and what I'm continuing to learn at GMS.
Oh heck yeah, GMS. I mean, even when I went there, like there was no feeling like it. Just being around other blind people, and
Right.
that think, walk, talk,
Yeah.
act like you do.
Mhm.
In ways that you can't explain, but you're in an environment where people like you are the majority.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's there's nothing that can make you feel like that. That feel like you fit in. So
Yeah.
whenever when did you actually start that Braille Rider Club?
We started it close to the end of last year. We started it kind of late, and then at the beginning of this year, we picked back up on it.
Oh heck yeah! So where do y'all meet at?
We meet up in Simpson. We have a room where we have a repair room in there, and that's where we take the barrel. That's where the barrel riders are, and that's where they get repaired.
Man, so that Simpson didn't really get used that much when I was there. I mean, it got used for certain events, but
Yeah, and GMS has a cafe.
yeah, I heard that. I heard about that. I heard Dalen actually started that.
Yeah, and it's still going, and everything is going good. Now they've started doing like a Mexican hot chocolate.
Oh,
That stuff is delicious.
I bet it is, dude. I'm.
Yes.
You know, that's one thing about me. Like I've never been a big fan of coffee, but I love me some hot chocolate, man.
Me too, man. I'm in that same. I'm the same way you are about hot chocolate. Woo, that stuff is good.
Man, I love me like the band. So we were earlier today. We were talking about band class, and we both had the same teacher. Miss Durling. Shout out to
Yeah.
Miss Durling if you're listening to this. Shout out.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
Big shout out.
huge shout out to Miss Durling. And
Yeah.
so
And
Chris,
also,
go ahead.
big shout out to my good friend Kevin.
Kevin Reyes. By the way, Kevin, thank you for making that beat. I'm gonna find something to use it for, and I think I'm actually gonna use it for something like outside of the podcast, like because I'm trying to do stuff besides the podcast. I'm gonna start really going in on the drumming vlogs next year, and I don't know. I might use it for something. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna use it for and how I'm gonna use it. But thank you,
Right.
man. Definitely big shout out to Kevin Reyes.
And yeah, I tell you what, it's been I've been looking forward to, like I said, I've been looking forward to being on this podcast, and here we are.
Yeah, man. So Christmas 2018 in band class. Speaking of hot chocolate, like that was the first time I actually tried hot chocolate and liked it. Cause we went to
Really?
cause we went to Starbucks.
Oh my gosh, Starbucks has some really good
Oh
hot
man,
chocolate.
yeah, they got
there.
some really good hot chocolate, man. I was asking for seconds, dude. I was like, man, that. Because we went as the chorus. I don't think that was a band. I think we went for chorus.
Mhm.
So we went and sang at Starbucks, and then we each got some hot chocolate. But the band class, that was the one I was really hyped about because we did. I think we did Last Christmas. We did Jingle Bell Rock.
We did that one this year.
Did
Jingle
you?
Bell Rock.
Wow, man.
I know, right?
Man, that
And then we
takes
did-
me back, dude. Oh my gosh.
And we also did Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch.
And let me tell y'all something funny. So Kevin was introducing the song,
Right.
and he said that he was from Whoville. That's what he said too.
He said he was from
It was
Whoville.
so
That's
hilarious.
classic Kevin, dude. He was funny like that when I went to school with him, dude. Man, that's classic Kevin
he
right
still
there.
is funny.
Yeah, man. We didn't do the Grinch, but we did Last Christmas. I think we did Jingle Bell Rock, or we did Jingle Bell Rock. Oh man, I forget what the rest of the songs were. Santa Baby. We did Santa Baby.
Axel's, you know Axel, right?
Yeah, and then we did Hot Chocolate. Yeah, I do know Axel actually.
He actually is in the band.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's probably grown up a lot since I last saw him. He was just a little kid when I met him.
Yeah, and look, let me tell you, he plays a variety of instruments. From
What is-
clarinet to flute to bari sax to
Oh,
alto
yeah.
sax, tenor sax, soprano sax, you name it, he plays it.
What about the drums?
He don't really do drums, but I tell you what, though, he sure does a good job at those saxophones.
I bet he
Most
does.
definitely. Yeah, he really does. And I mean, I'm just so proud of what he does at GMS. And, you know, he secretary of the robotics club I was telling you about. He actually was the secretary, but due to like other things going on, he had to resign from it, and so we got new people doing that now. And real quickly, I have some advice for people who are interested in braille writer repair and stuff like that. I have some advice for them.
What is that?
You know, be aware of when I was doing the training, they were telling us, when you're doing work on the braille writer, if you have not been trained to do things on the sides, don't take off the sides. Because you need to be trained on the sides. You have to go through training to work on the sides.
Right. I definitely wouldn't recommend trying to go farther than what to do. Because you could end up messing something else up, and then you have to go back and have somebody train you on how to do that, and then fix whatever was wrong with it in the first place, and then go back and fix what you broke.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you there, man.
Yeah.
So, one question I have to ask: the auditorium. The last time I was there, the auditorium, it was echoey. It had wooden seats. I've heard they've changed a lot in that auditorium.
Yeah, they have.
Give me a.
So basically,
give me an update, man.
Basically the seats, they put different seats in. I think they put in a new sound system, and I'm not 100% sure what else they did, but it is nice. It's not as echoey as it was before.
Yeah, I've heard it wasn't. I really want to see it one of these days. I really want to take a summer trip when everybody is gone for the summer, and I want to take my family and spend a few nights in the cottages. If they would let me, I would do it. You better believe it.
But yeah, man, it is improving, and I'm just proud of the improvements that are being made at our school. And listen, for those of you who are watching and who will be listening, if you are still in school and you're in this state and let's just say you want to go somewhere where you will learn a lot more, you will have other kids who most likely would have the same disability as you, GMS is a big recommendation.
Definitely. And, if you're anywhere else in the world, any blind school that you can get,
Right.
Perkins. I've actually seen Perkins School for the Blind. It's a well-known school.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's the school Helen Keller went to, actually.
Yeah.
And I was getting so many Hogwarts vibes just walking through the whole thing. My ex, she was my girlfriend at the time. Me and my ex were just walking around, just trying to find something, Harry Potter about it. And then we get to this hall, and I'm sitting, and I'm just walking, and Margaret takes my arm. She goes, "Baby, look at this," and then she's like, "Look at the roof. It looks like the Great Hall."
Yeah, it makes you kind of feel like you're a part of Harry Potter.
It does. It did. And even Miss Durling was saying stuff because it was the music festival for 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the band class, one year GMS will host it and the other schools will come up over to GMS, and then the next year another school is gonna host it, and then like you'll be going over there.
Yeah.
So, what other improvements did they make at GMS? I have to ask.
Yeah. So, they got new furniture in the dining hall.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. What, like tables,
So they got
chairs,
new
everything?
tables and they got new tables, new chairs. They even got booths in there.
Bastards. Sorry. I wish we had booths when we were there, dag nabbit.
We got them now.
Man, y'all lucky.
Yeah.
Y'all lucky, man. What else have they done?
And
New furniture for the cottages?
the beds, dude. Those
Oh my
beds
gosh!
are hard.
Dude!
Like, you would be laying down at night, and then it's like the beds were just like hard.
They were hard, dude.
And they still are.
Are they? I was about to say if they would have got y'all soft beds, I'd have been PO'd because we had to lay on them hard beds. I mean, I didn't have a problem with them, but a lot of people complained about it, and I was like, man, if they replaced the beds in there with the soft ones, oh man, I was gonna let them have it on this podcast. So, the cottages, Miss Marsh is your house parent.
Yes.
Do you know when she moved to A1?
It was like, when we come back, on Labor Day that night, she moved to A1. And she's been there since then.
Oh, okay. I remember the night Miss Princess started coming. Like she was a substitute. Like when the house parents would go home early or something would happen, and she would step in. And then eventually she just got to where she was full time. What were you?
Now let me tell you, if for those of you who watch the podcast and you know Miss Princess, you do not want to be on her bad side.
No, for sure.
Like, no joke. You do not want to be on her bad side.
Definitely not. I managed to get there once. But I'm not going to
really?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it. It wasn't an experience I want to relive anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah, man. There goes your dog. So,
go ahead.
What is your favorite part of going to GMS?
Well, my favorite part is getting to like enjoy meeting new classmates that start at GMS.
Oh yeah, man. There's nothing like it to people that's been going full time
Right.
to watch other people experience it for the first time. There's nothing
Exactly.
like it, man.
Absolutely. And but I'm just so proud of all that GMS is doing and all that they continue to do.
are the is the staff still having trouble with having staff in there? Like, they were having staff shortages a while back.
We're slowly but surely getting more staff.
That's good, man.
Slowly but surely.
Because I remember getting the news. I think it was off a Facebook page, off the GMS Facebook, and it said like we're having staff shortages, and I just kept going to my church and praying. Like we all were praying that the staff would see an increase. We were.
Yeah, well,
I was really praying for that.
We're improving.
That's good, man.
And I'm telling you, my friend Eric, he's actually going to be graduating this year.
Is he?
Yeah. I tell you what, we got this other one kid. He come short term. His name was Amari.
Amari.
He come short term.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's from up around Charlotte area.
Yeah, that definitely sounds familiar then.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amari. Chasyn, if Chasyn has your number, he'll send the podcast to you.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to him when we come back, because A1 and A2, only time they combine is on Sundays.
On Sundays.
So I'll show him the podcast.
Does he go full time now?
Yeah, he's full time now.
Oh, heck yeah. So Pablo, I remember Pablo. He came in right as I was like about a year. I think it was a year after or before I was going to graduate.
I think he graduated. I think he started in 2019.
He did. He started at least summer camp. I remember him in summer camp. And I just gotta tell everybody this, between me and Pablo. Pablo, you might remember this.
By the way, I'm gonna be sending this to him when it gets uploaded.
Oh, heck yeah. So Pablo, I actually was roommates with him. I think it was either the first week or second week of summer camp. No, I think it was the first week, because the second they had me in with Newkirk. But anyway, me and Pablo, I was sitting there on my bed, and I slipped up and said, "Oh, you bastard!" and Pablo goes, "What's a bastard?"
I remember when you told me that story,
and I'm sitting here like, man, this is why you don't slip up in front of people,
Yeah.
This is why you try not to slip up and say something. And that's what I remember of Pablo. And then he had this band. He had this band come up to GMS and perform. They performed right in front of the cottage that summer camp.
They really?
Yeah, they did. That was a good time. Everybody was shouting Pablo out, and like he was the new guy. He got like people he knew coming to the school. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
He'll be able to tell you who it was. I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was cool what he what he was able to do.
Yeah, Pablo and he cracks me up. I tell you, he
will.
I remember one time we were at the cottage, and we were in the student lounge, just
The student lounge.
talking. And all of a sudden, I heard him go, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh."
Like a dog.
Like, what in the world is this guy doing? it was funny.
The student lounge, did they give you back the room right beside the staff office, or are y'all still having a crowd in that piano room?
We're still in the piano room.
Dagnabbit, because we actually had the room when I was in school. We actually had that room right beside the staff office. Like when you went into the day room, that first room was the staff, and then the next room over was the student lounge, and we'd all pile in there and we'd all have a good time, man.
Right.
So 2019-2020 school year, I talked to Mr. Mo a little bit, because I had his number at that point. I think it was his school number. And he had told me that they had a new behavior tech, Miss Andrea.
Yeah, she actually is not there now.
Is she not?
She's not.
Dag now, man. They go so fast.
Yeah, we got this one, Mr. Tim. He is so hilarious. Like, I'd try to tell him something. I'd call him his name, and he'd say, he's not here.
Man. But once Miss Andrea moved in, there went our student lounge, and we had to go back into the piano room. And I was so PO'd back then. I was like, man, we earned that student lounge because, we were, that the house parents gave that to us as a reward for doing good.
Yeah.
And then they just took it away. I was pissed.
Ooh, I would have been too.
I was, man.
But yeah, I'm just proud of all that you're doing with this podcast, and I want to tell everyone, if you have not checked out the podcast, please do so.
And another announcement that I want to make right quick so that everybody knows is the Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that stuff for Skyler Jarvis Media and Wholehearted Entertainment. We're having trouble with Spotify that helps put all of that stuff on there. So if you want to keep up to date with everything Skyler Jarvis Media and Wholehearted Entertainment, go subscribe to the YouTube pages. And not only do you get podcasts when they come out, but there's drumming vlogs, there's stuff I'm really gonna try to dip my toes in. I tried to do a book review, but that just didn't really work out. I was going all over the place, so I'm eventually gonna try and put one together, but
Right.
I just didn't want to give the viewers anything that I didn't like or anything that I considered to be poor quality. So
Yeah. But sorry about that, guys. I'm here. But I'm just trying to get everything situated here. But I'm listening in though. You good?
So my boy Chasyn, I've really been looking forward to having you on this podcast. One thing I will ask, like, what was the initial reaction for you whenever you first went to GMS and started noticing, like, how everybody was similar to you in a way?
It was basically like, this is the school for me. You go to a school, you try it out, and then you got all the staff members, and they are just nice.
Yes, very much so.
And it makes you feel like you're a part of the family.
It makes it feel like a second home for sure.
Right. That's exactly That's exactly true.
I remember. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just so proud of what I have learned and what I continue to learn.
Heck yeah. Back when I started, I really didn't give a rip about homework. I didn't give a rip about work in general.
Right.
I would put it off, I mean, but as I got older and matured, and started learning more in the school, I started getting to the point where I could just do it like that,
Yeah.
And one thing I will say as far as that goes is like whenever you go up to a place like that and you're getting taught on your level, it really makes the biggest difference.
Oh yeah.
So,
like I said, GMS is really a big, big, big recommendation.
very much so. I would recommend it to any blind person I come across. And one thing, I think it was one of your like discussions. I think it was one of the first times you mentioned the Braille Rider Repair Club. It was the first time you shouted me out in a video too.
Yeah, I still remember that, and you know, well, YouTube has been acting weird here lately. Well, it was at first. Well, one time I was having an issue with my account, and sometimes how some platforms would like try to be weird.
Yeah.
YouTube was doing that. It wouldn't let me. There would be times it would not let me subscribe to a YouTube channel.
Huh.
Give a video a like a video.
Huh.
And then it would not let me edit my channel.
That's weird, dude.
But the situation finally got fixed.
That's good. One of the things that you mentioned in that video that I can 100% agree with is when you said that when you come to that school, you automatically just feel like family.
Yeah.
And like even now, even though I'm out of that place, there's some people that I talk to on the daily, like my friend Chasyn. He was, I met him at GMS and we've been friends for 10 years. Shout out Chasyn.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, that was one thing I agree with you. And just seeing the different reactions, the house parents missed, that birthday special you did. And like,
yeah, it was for one of our new students. He just started at the beginning of the year.
oh, nice.
And I tell you what,
Miss
it was a great time.
It was a good time. Heck yeah. I could tell, like, and hearing like Miss Karan's voice and stuff like that really brought me back, dude. I can't stress to you how much, like, whenever I put on your videos, it's a time capsule, dude. It takes me back.
Yeah.
Especially when you do them long form videos like that. And hearing Miss Marsh, the first time I heard Miss Marsh on your YouTube channel, I was like, ah! I was so excited. I was like I said, it's like a time capsule. I put one of your videos on, the state fair. I could name so many. I could put them on, and I just transported back to my time at GMS.
Yeah. But as we have mentioned in this episode so far, if you are feeling like hearing what we're talking about, and you're saying like, I want to try it, GMS is definitely a recommendation for you.
any parents that are thinking about sending their kids to GMS, because it took my parents a lot of convincing. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chasyn. It was so hard to get my mama to just let me go, because it was, she was worried about what would happen. What
Right.
I mean, like every parent does, but most parents just they just get over it sooner, and they're like, yeah, it would be better for my kid. I want my kid to learn just like anybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
I think any parents that are thinking about sending their kid to GMS, I highly recommend it. And I highly recommend you do it earlier in their schooling than just starting at like ninth grade like I did.
Right.
Because you can learn a lot more.
See, when I first started, I started in middle school.
You started in sixth grade, right?
Yes.
Okay, I started in ninth. I started going to summer camp in 2012, like 4 years before I started going full time. And then, I had my first short term in 2014. Mm-hmm. And then I would go to the short terms and the summer camps. I would go there as much as I could. And then finally in 2016, when I got out of 8th grade, everybody was like, all right, you're going to GMS. Like, one of my teachers, or I think it was my VI teacher's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
But she had told me, we went to the playground, and she told me, like, hey, you're going to GMS next year. And I was so pumped.
Well, GMS is a great school. And if any parents see this and you're thinking about sending your child to GMS, it's a really big recommendation, as Skyler and I have been saying so far in this episode.
So, Chasyn, is there one thing that you really want to tell the audience that we haven't mentioned so far?
Yes, so, and I'm going to mention another improvement that was made at GMS.
All right, shoot.
They have an accessible learning center by Crockett Pillar, and it is so amazing.
They had a learning center whenever I was there.
Yeah, but I think that was for like homework and stuff. No, this that they have now, it's like a accessible playground.
Oh, okay.
And but anyway, on the podcast side of things, y'all continue the support from my good friend Skyler. Keep up the good work supporting him, and stuff like that. I know you guys are really going to enjoy the podcasts every week.
Yep.
It's a big recommendation. And now, for those of you who and as I told you, Skylar, I'm going to be sending this to my viewers. For those of you who are going to be subscribed to my channel, I'm going to be putting this episode in the community tab, so you guys can go and listen to it. Yeah. I think you guys are going to learn a lot.
Be looking in the community tab. If you're listening on Chasyn's, if you're watching any of Chasyn's videos and you see that in the community tab, click on it, like it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with all of your friends at GMS.
Please do.
They got a PlayStation 5 in Crockett Pillar now.
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna bring out.
Yeah.
It is, and man, they still got the air hockey.
Air hockey. Did they have the pool table?
They still have that.
Man, this I think we're going to end after this, but this is a story I want to tell you, Chasyn, personally, man, because we wouldn't actually play pool like the way you should play pool. What we would do is we would take all the balls, put them in the crate, the little thing in front of the table, get them all back up on the table and try to knock them through the holes with our hands.
Yeah.
And if they got stuck in the table when they went down, which they did a lot, one of us would have to go underneath the table, get all the balls and just push them into that crate thing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that was, oh man, I remember telling Carson the first time, I was laughing my butt off.
Man.
What memories, man? Just sitting talking to somebody that actually goes to GMS. What memories it brings up, man?
Yeah. But yeah, as I mentioned, it's been great to be on this podcast. I really enjoy your content, Skyler, and I just want to say you keep up the great work, man.
Thank you, man. You don't know how much.
For all of you out there who are not subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button and smash that like button as well.
For
sure. And also
sure.
share it with someone.
Share it with everybody you know. And share Chasyn's channel with everybody you know.
Yeah, you should. I think what y'all should do is put it when you with the video description.
Oh, we're definitely putting it in the description, dude.
Yeah,
we're definitely putting that in the description. I'm gonna make sure, cause every time I've told somebody we're gonna put their link in the description, if I done it, like I look at it and it's not there, I'm gonna make sure Carson puts it there.
Yeah.
So, well, man, this was a good podcast. So, hope you guys have enjoyed it.
And by the way, happy holidays, everybody.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy time with your families. And for those of you who will be watching this and your GMS students, I'll see you guys back in January. And for those of you who are not at GMS, happy holidays to you and your family.
Heck yeah.
Hey, keep up the great work supporting my friend Skyler. And I would actually like to take us out, man.
Yeah, man. Without further ado, this is Skyler Jarvis.
And Chasyn here. And we are out.
Signing off. Peace!